Hello everyone and welcome back to World Warplanes. This time we'll be taking a look at the Tier 6 American light fighter. It's also a premium, the P-39N-1 Era Cobra. Um, First thing before we get started, I do have a different microphone. It's actually a downgrade, so I'm sorry if the audio quality sucks now, but it is what it is. So let's quick look over the history of this plane and then jump into the statistics, and then I've got some excellent gameplay for you guys. So, wait, is it not on here? Oh, it's not on there. I guess we can't look at the history. Whatever, I guess you don't need the history. Let's look at the stats. Let me open up all these for anyone that wants to look at it. So the first thing that Wargaming says about this plane is it's got large caliber armament effective in close combat. Huh? It's got large caliber armament effective in close combat? Okay, well let's check it out then. It's got one single 37mm right in the nose of the plane. So yep, it's got that. It's got two 50 cals also on the nose of the plane, but then it's got four 7.62 millimeters on the wings. So it has a lot of firepower, and it's not just one type of gun either. You got several different kinds, which is actually kind of useful. It's kind of weird that they would say it's got large caliber armament effective in close combat, because that would be the 37 mil. But it's got smaller calibers like the 50 cals and the 7.62 millimeters, and those are not known to be great. You know, they're not super big. But yes, those are close combat. So yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's kind of weird. They don't even mention the lower caliber guns, which is kind of strange. But it is what it is, I guess. While we're on the topic of these guns, let's take a look at the firing range. Shows that the the 50 cals and 37 mil is good up to 1,700 feet, which is not bad at all. It gives you some range. But if you want to get your four 7.62s firing, you want to be 1,400 feet or closer. Honestly, if you want to be hitting the most accurately, you're going to want to be even closer than that. But the 50 cals and the 37 mil, the range on those allow you to, you know, not have to let your target get away. You know, like boom and zoomers. The boom and zoomers have a little bit more difficult time getting away from you because you do have that little bit longer range guns. So no, it does have large caliber armament, and it is effective in close combat, but it can go up to pretty high, and same with the 50 cals. But your 7.62s are not good at range at all. So, good thing to keep in mind. You have low survivability. That's what they all say for every fighter, so take it as you will. Good airspeed and good boost. It's got decent airspeed. The airspeed isn't bad. It does have a pretty decent airspeed. Of 373 miles per hour top speed at best altitude, max dive speed of 460. But I'd say the boost is pretty lackluster. You only have 6 seconds boost, and it's really subpar. You're really not going to be able to use your boost that much. It's not going to propel you forward like you're going to want it to. So the boost does leave some to be desired. It's got high maneuverability in horizontal turns. It does have pretty decent maneuverability, especially for an American plane. It really does. You can spin with quite a few planes, especially if you deck it out for maneuverability. You can really get it to maneuver very well. Indeed. Of only 9-second turn rate, not too bad, not too bad. 140 degrees per second rate of roll. It's pretty average. It's not anything great. It's not anything terrible. It's pretty decent. Optimum airspeed, you know, 236. It definitely isn't a super fast plane. but it's not a slow plane, and it doesn't have the best maneuverability, but it's not the worst maneuverability. You can definitely make the maneuverability work. And then it's effective in mid-altitude combat. Definitely not high altitude. This is not a high altitude fighter. It does have optimum altitude of almost 5,000 feet, but it is kind of difficult to get up pretty high. You do want to stay mid. Definitely want to stay mid. Anything beyond that can be kind of frustrating sometimes. Low to mid is great. It's ideal. So that's pretty standard. And then you also have increased credit income per battle and crew experience per battle because you are a premium plane. So with that being said, you're going to want to make sure your accelerate crew training is on so you can get full advantage of it. Unless you want to save up free experience or experience that you can convert to free experience, but it's not that important. So now let's take a look at the service department real quick. I'm using standard because I'm trying to make some money, and I'm playing on a standard account, so it is what it is. I got control service trim, first aid, and pneumatic restarter because I don't do fire extinguishers. You guys all know that. Onto the upgrades. Well, you don't have anything to upgrade, so as long as everything's marked, you're all set. For equipment, you do reflector sight because you have 5 guns. You really want that increased accuracy. So 10% improved accuracy, definitely useful. Then you do lightweight airframe for increased maneuverability in all axes. Control surface adjustment 2 for increased maneuverability in turns by 3%. It really does help give you the edge if you do that. One other thing that is service department that I just thought of, if you do want to increase your maneuverability even more, consider removing one of your consumables, preferably the control surface trim. It does seem like the best one to remove. And put reinforced control surfaces. It gives you significantly higher maneuverability in turns over all axes for 10 seconds. Super useful. You do not get a free paint scheme with this plane, unfortunately. So you have to pay if you want to get a paint scheme. Emblems, that means you cannot put your beta sticker on there. It drives me crazy. You really should be able to on all planes, but it is what it is. As for pilot skills, I did Marksman 1, Marksman 2. But if you guys want, if you want to improve your maneuverability even more, do Aerobatics Expert and Aerodynamics Expert to improve your maneuverability even more. But with that being said, that's about all I have to say about this plane. It's definitely a well-rounded plane, and the firepower is absolutely perfect. You really are able to use a combination of good guns. And when your 37 does hit, you know that it hit. But you just have so many guns to your advantage, it really does give you a lot of firepower. You know, there are planes of this tier that only have like 450 cals or something. You get 250 cals, a 37, and 4 smaller guns. Definitely useful. Definitely has a crap ton of firepower. You do not want to be getting hit by this plane. It has decent airspeed, not exceptional airspeed. Does not have a great altitude performance, but it's not tragically terrible either. Its maneuverability is definitely on the high end, but it's not the best of the tier. That's kind of the theme with this plane, but the firepower is probably the strong suit. It's what makes this plane stand out, and it's what gives this thing a step above its competition. But that being said, let's jump into some gameplay. Alright, and welcome back to the gameplay section. This time, this is actually the very first battle I played in it when I was going to do this review. I had someone that special requested this plane for a review, so I didn't really have any good replays of this plane. So I actually went and played a battle in it to try to get a good battle, and it was the very first battle I played that I said, yep, this works, I will use it for the review. It's actually on a strange layout map. You have 2 command centers, 2 factories, and an airbase. So I'm doing a play that I think would be condoned by many, 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 many people. I'm going to the airstrip, and that's because I'm looking just for a high score. I'm trying to get a 20K game for a review, and I know that there's going to be a lot of planes over here. It's also the shortest distance at these lower tiers. I don't like having to jump from sector to sector. It just takes too long. You're too slow. Most of the time, it's a big map. So I'm going to the air base. I want to take it, and then because it's such a big map, this airfield is actually quite useful. Because by taking the airstrip, it really does cut down a lot on the time that it takes to get from sector to sector when you get killed. So that actually will benefit my team a lot, and if I die, I don't have to spend 5 minutes getting back to the battle. So that's my reasoning for it. I want a high score, and I want to be given a quick respawn spot if I need it. So there's also going to be a lot of planes here, so you know that's the reason why I'm doing it. F4F, and you can just see the firepower on this plane. It just chews up everything. If you had universal ammo on it, it'd kill things even faster, which is pretty useful. But we do have the airstrip. I want to clear out the airstrip as quickly as I can before I go anywhere. I will not be staying here. I just wanted to open up a respawn point for my team, because I felt it would be super useful at these mid to low tiers. It does help a lot. The enemy took the command center. We have the airstrip, which makes the bombers focus the airstrip. I am completely okay with that, because a bomber formation on its own will never be able to take an airstrip, because there's just not enough ground targets for it. So to get the bombers to target that is much better than having it target the factory. We have a bowfighter coming in, totally flipped out of his way. He couldn't kill me. He did get a couple good shots on me, but nothing to kill me. ME410's on me now, so I'm gonna do another flippy and get right on his tail and say goodbye. Just like that. Goodbye. As you're noticing, the firepower is excellent on this plane. Absolutely excellent. And I have to say, when I first started playing this plane, not to get a review video or anything, but when I first played it, I didn't think the firepower was that great, and the flight characteristics didn't seem that great. But when I did fly for this review, the firepower was just excellent. Like, it was murdering everything. I hear so many good things about this plane. It definitely does not have a very great altitude performance, and its engine is quite weak, in my opinion. But otherwise, I mean, the maneuverability is excellent, the firepower is excellent. So yeah, that's kind of the reason this plane, you would play this plane, for the good maneuverability and good firepower. So in that sense, it reminds me of the Zero, because the Zero has super great maneuverability and super great firepower, but its altitude performance and its engine is quite weak. It's basically the same deal with this one, but this plane does not have as much maneuverability as the Zero, but it's got better altitude performance and a better engine, so it really does balance out, and you have probably better firepower on this plane, honestly, which is definitely to your advantage. So yeah, as you saw, there was no more targets over the airstrip. The bombers were never going to take it on their own, so I didn't really care to go after the bombers. They were not that much of a threat. And I wanted to go after this command center because I didn't want them to hold the command center long. The reason I went to the airstrip initially was, again, to open up a respawn point, which I successfully did, but then I needed to stop the enemy from taking the command center, so which I also did. Well, actually, they took the command center, but we took it back right away. So that was pretty good. We do have a factory now, so that is also super great. The enemy are getting 0 points. We have a factory, a command center, and an airstrip. Definitely on the useful end. Now we have an ME410. He's flying away. I'm trying to get a couple hopeful shots. Probably not going to kill him, which we didn't. We almost got him, but not quite. Now I'm going back to the command center. I just want to defend it. I really don't have any desire to take another factory and another command center. It'll just make the game end too fast, and I won't get 20k. So forget that. I'm just gonna go pad my stats a little bit. Going after these, totally defend. I want to defend it from the enemy. I don't want them to take this command center. It's my command center. I worked hard for it. So yes, it's my command center. Lag 3 is my first target. He died very quickly. When a 37 hit, it was very clear that he was going to die very quickly, which he did. 109E is going to be super easy target, especially if he starts turning, but he's not. He's kind of playing a smarter play. Oh, and then he does an up and over. Okay, that was a dumb mistake. But he will die. He will definitely die. He's on 4 hit points. That's where universal ammo would be great. Actually, it was 6 hit points, but that's where universal would be great. But it is what it is. I just noticed that my consumable layout is not normal. I mean, it is. It's the same consumables that I have normally, but it's not the right order. So that's actually screwing me up a little bit. And that 410, he wanted me to come after him so that his tail gunner could kill me. I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to chase you. I'd love to kill you, but if you're going to manually use your tail gunner and you have a good tail gunner and you're looking right at me, forget it. I'll just let you do whatever the heck you want. We got P-39N-1 coming in. He's not even looking at me. Terrible misplay. You really do need to target me. I'm the low health target here, but he did not, so I need to shut him down quickly. It may seem like I'm headhunting, but he's the only plane over here at the moment that I started getting on his tail. And if he got on my tail, humans will always kill you faster than bots, in my opinion. So it's the right idea to get rid of him. We got an F4F coming in yet again. It's squall line, so my presence in here is very risky. But I'm hoping to just take down as many planes as I possibly can. So even if I do die, I've given our team enough of an advantage in terms of kills. We're at 18,900 personal points. We're very close to 20k. And can't quite kill that guy. I wanted to kill him, but if I stayed on him, I knew that the bot would kill me. So I duck and dodge out of the way for a second. Kill him. Super great. And the 109 got me. It's rather unfortunate. That might have been a human. I don't know. I'm not positive. But in either case, he did kill me. It's a little bit unfortunate because there is still quite a bit to the battle. But at this point, we have such an advantage, it really just doesn't even matter. I'm going to skip ahead to the post-game stats because I don't really want to watch. It's a very clear victory. If it was more even, then, you know, I probably could have gotten a better score, but it is what it is. I'll take the score. It's definitely a good score for the first battle I played that day. There's a ton of medals. You can read them if you want. I don't want to read them all. We got 20,420 personal points, so definitely an excellent battle. We did get Hero of the Sky, which is super great as well. And we maxed out our specific plane requirements for the chevrons completely in every category. So we got the Hero of the Sky badge, and we got each one for maximum efficiency in each category. So definitely played our role, and that's the reason why I wanted the airstrip. You saw that it gave me a quick respawn point. It allowed me to continuously harass the command center and defend it very efficiently the whole battle. And that's the reason why I wanted to do it. I knew that there would be a lot of planes there too, so yeah, maybe it was a little bit for the 20k, but hey, this is the first battle I played, and to get 20k in the first battle, I think it speaks a lot of wonder. This was not my first experience with the plane, but was the most. And there's the bug. It says I only have 19,000. You guys saw it very clearly. I did not have 19,000. I had 20,000, but it is what it is. You got 3 tokens for that and almost 6,000 experience. Almost 200,000 credits for a 20k game and a standard account. Keep that in mind, it was a standard account. So definitely useful. Does make a lot of money, as you would expect from a tier 6 premium. Definitely not as much as tier 8 premiums, but definitely fun. Great plane. I've heard so many people say it's the best plane or their favorite plane at tier 6. I don't share that same opinion. I'd rather play the Tornado or maybe an A6M5 just because. But this is definitely a very good plane. Highly recommend it. Uh, I've heard a lot of good things. Now, if you guys played when it first came out, you would have gotten it for free because there was a bonus code. But it is what it is. It's still a pretty cheap plane, so if you want it, go ahead and pick it up. And with that being said, I would like to thank you all for watching. Uh, please leave comments down below. I love reading them. And I will catch you guys again next time.